Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2.
Mic
Check.
check.
Checking.
Can you hear
Checking.
me?
What's going on, everybody? We're back online here, live at Make the Right Play. I got the coach on my left here, as always. I got your Bowie behind the camera, making everything work for us, making everything sound good for us. Shout out your Bowie and your Bowie Media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. We're back. We're live for another edition of Make the Right Play. And coach, it's we took last week off, had a business dinner to go to, so we weren't able to go live last week.
And it was the first day of school.
It was the first day of school. That is true. Yes, first day of school for newborns. Sophomore year, very exciting in high school.
Yeah.
But we're back. It was a sad, somber election night for us yesterday, and I feel like the effects are kind of lingering into today. It's been a soggy, sad Wednesday night here in the Panhandle of Florida. Coach, what's going on? You seem sad. I'm feeling your sadness. It's radiating off of you. What's going on, Coach?
Honestly, it's like really a shame that Jermaine didn't win, because he did bring mental health issues to the forefront. And like, he really cared about people in the community. And it's just like, I could use Jermaine's mental health right now.
we need him to come on and do a sit-in with us here for a little mental health help.
Honestly, like, haven't we all suffered from a brain sprain at one point or another?
Yeah, it's really true.
So
it's really true. Yeah.
I mean, it's just, but you know what it is, Carlos?
What is it?
This is the most depressing, like, 2026, the year, what is the word of the year? Flabbergasted, right?
Year flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted.
That's the year.
And
the word of the year.
I just can't get over what a terrible turnout there was for that election. Like, everybody I feel is so disgusted and disenfranchised, and they're like, who cares? I mean, it's not going to change. It doesn't matter who I vote for. It's still going to be a crook in a position of power. And I think that we need to get away from party and start focusing on good people, supporting good people.
Totally.
Because it takes a lot of courage to go and put yourself out there. And it's like, you know what? You're too good, because you can't be bought off.
Yeah.
And
yep, agreed.
It's so frustrating. Like, I'm really frustrated, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's an extremely frustrating time, and I see you, Sarah, in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey, Sarah!
We're so happy you're here. It is a very frustrating time. And it's funny. I was thinking about this on my drive into work. It was like, I couldn't believe it that I was even thinking it, but I was like, God, I'm upset that a Democrat didn't win. Like, I was like, as I'm driving to work, I'm like, damn, like, I'm upset that a Democrat didn't win. But, it just showed me, we talk about it all the time, how bad both parties are, right? How it's really one uniparty and both parties are so bad. But it really just showed me how the Democrats themselves, they just kind of pick and choose, when they're gonna care, when they're gonna wanna, make an effort, when they're gonna, like, who they're gonna, care about. And it just drives me nuts, because Jermaine Williams, we had him on the show, such an amazing candidate. So just like really about how can we better the community? How can we take care of everybody here in Pensacola? Doesn't matter what party you are. Like, I just want to make a better community for everybody.
How can we bring jobs that are high paying?
How can we bring jobs that are high paying, that we don't have to, be stressed out about infrastructure, because we could just work from home. We're going to teach everybody how to work from home. He brought valuable ideas that are 21st century, real ideas that are going to help the community. And he came in 4th place last night, 3rd amongst his Democrat grouping.
Well, I really feel it's because the gay mafia has taken over the
And that's what I was
Democrat
just going to get
Party.
to. That's what I was just going to get to.
Because it's all identity politics.
It's completely identity politics. The Democrat Party has decided that they're going to choose what grouping they want to support, what minority group today is the big one for them, and that's the one they're going to get behind. Trey Wick, I know Jermaine said, oh, Trey Wick's a nice person. Trey Wick did not have a bright idea in her entire head at all. I went through the campaign. I couldn't find one bright idea in her head at all. Like, not one. She complained about the recycling bin being moved, and that was it. She had not one bright idea in her entire campaign. She came in 2nd place. Now, why did she come in 2nd place? I'm just going to come out and say it. She is a gay woman. that they were like, we're gonna get behind you because you're a minority and you're a woman in power, and this is who we're gonna get behind. This is who we're voting for,
Well,
Democrats.
she's not a minority. She's a white woman.
Well, they phrased it on Facebook, and they wrote it on Facebook, so you can go and look. They described it as a a woman who is in the minority and the people that they need to support, the
so if you're
LGBTQ.
gay now,
Right, you're part of the
minority.
discriminatory group. So they were like, this is who we're getting behind. Like, it's really. It's such a disgrace. The Democrat Party is such a disgrace because they just show their true colors all the time, where it's like, we don't care what you have to say. They did it with, Kamala Harris, where they got in a room and they were like, this is who we're putting out. They did it with Joe Biden, where Bernie Sanders was clearly the better candidate out of the two Democrat candidates. And they were like, screw you, Bernie. We're not going with you. This is who we're going with. And you're tossed to the wayside. So here you got Jermaine Williams with all these bright ideas about how we're going to better Pensacola. And it's like, sorry, Jermaine, screw you, buddy. We're going to go and vote for the gay woman because that's what we're all about these days.
And results.
This is our mission.
He's had clear results with mental health.
He was the only one with a brain out of all of the Democrat candidates that they rolled out. He was the only one that had any sort of sense of brain power. Ann Hill was nowhere to be found. She's a complete missing person. Like, you don't know who the hell. She couldn't even post her face in her sad post that she put on Facebook. She didn't even post her face. She posted the back of a woman that doesn't even look like her. She has gray hair in all the pictures that they posted on her campaign. And this woman had brown hair that she posted in her sad photo. So God only knows what this woman actually looks like. You have no idea. So you got Ann Hill, the mystery lady, and then you have the gay lesbian woman. And the gay lesbian woman, of course, everybody voted, oh, well, she's gay and she's a woman, so we're going to circle that bubble. That's the bubble we're going to vote for, because Democrats are just, I don't know what the hell happened to that party. Just think a little bit. I want to support you. I want to help you, but you got to think. You got to think just a little bit. You can't just go in and just be like, oh, gay woman, circle. That's who I'm voting for. Like, come on, we get it. She's got the Ellen DeGeneres haircut. She's fitting the picture. But for Christ's sake, just think a little bit when this guy is telling you, I'm going to bring you a $70,000 a year job working right from your house, and you can't even do it. You can't even think enough to figure it out how to put it together.
About how he could get 6 figures jobs.
Like, it's amazing. The Democrat Party just can't figure it out. They can't. They just can't do it. Like, at all.
And I wonder if Ann, was it Ann Hill or Ann, what is Tratwick or Hill?
Trawick was the lesbian woman who came in second. 3,000 votes.
I'm trying to, Ann Hill, it's Ann Hill though, right?
Ann Hill's mystery lady.
Okay,
correct.
Mystery lady Ann Hill and Trawick. What's her first name? I don't even know.
What is her first name?
I just see Trawick.
I don't know. Let me look. Hold on.
Trawick.
We'll get it. Hold on.
So I wonder if they reached out to the family where the kid was murdered on Palafox, the way that Jermaine did,
Trawick.
right? Alicia Trawick.
I
mean, so did they reach out
Probably
to
not.
the families?
Probably not.
Because Jermaine was worried about the families.
Right. But and Jermaine's first thought was, well, how can I help? What can I do to be of service? And he communicated with the officers, right? It's just, this guy, Jermaine Williams, actually cares about the community. He grew up here. This is his home. He wants to be here. He actually cares about the community. He had a lot of ideas. The two people that finished above him did not have a single bright bulb in their entire brain. And they finished in front of him because the Democrats, they can't put it together.
Well, yesterday, for the first time since living here in Pensacola, I went to go vote.
Yeah.
So I got out of work around, and at church. So I got there around 6:15, right?
Right.
And for the first time, I saw a tranny, like a real tranny, come out of the voting thing. And I was a little surprised. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And, look, I love all people. So I'm like, hey, how are you?
Right.
And the tranny was so happy eating a donut. And I said, I'm sure that person came out to vote because they're so excited about having somebody who can represent them.
That's AIPAC funded donuts. Did you know that? Those donuts that they had at the voting center? They were AIPAC funded.
I'm sure. But I mean, so people, I get that people do want to be represented, but the identity politics and the way that they have divided all of us is what's ruining this country, because we're all going 100%. Into these little buckets rather than looking at the big picture of our humanity in a total. Yeah. And that to me is what the big problem is in this country.
I totally agree with you.
So this morning, I put on like Tucker Carlson, like, because if you listen to regular radio, it's all commercials in the morning.
Yeah, for the most part, 100%.
It's like I'll turn in the news for about 5 minutes, and then the next 15 minutes are all commercials.
Yeah.
So I said, I wonder if Tucker has a new podcast or whatever. I'll take a listen to it.
Right.
There was a man, he, I guess, was a congressman. I never really have heard of him.
Former congressman, yeah.
Kurt Weldon. And he wrote a book, Able Danger, What the 9/11 Commission Never Told You, right?
Getting into 9/11 time.
As soon as I hear his voice, I'm like, was he a cop or a fireman? Like, he's a typical New York guy.
Yeah.
But what he said at the end of the video, first of all, in the middle of the video, he starts crying. Do you have a clip of him crying?
We do have the clip of him crying.
I want to see the clip of that, because I literally was brushing my teeth. And when he started crying.
Yeah, he got really emotional. Talking about the firefighters.
It actually got me to start crying.
Yeah, clip one,
while I was getting ready.
They're having the 9/11 concerned people fight each other over the buildings, over the planes. It's like a game they get them playing. The real story is, Tucker, did America plan, and did America just initially come up with the operation through a handful of people? An operation that would kill 10,000 innocent Americans. That's what my book's about, Tucker. And you know what? The documentation's there. I want Donald Trump, the president I respect, to convene a presidential 9/11 commission of people with integrity, not people tied to any nonprofit that gets defense money, not people tied to either political party. I want a new commission, independent, and I'll give them every piece of data I have. And I'll tell you, Tucker, the American people will then have the truth. And if they take my life in the process, so be it. That's what I'm here for. I owe that to Ray Downey. This is the 290th anniversary of the first fire company in America. We celebrated everything else in this country this year, except for the fact that firefighters were in place 40 years before America was a nation. Ben Franklin, 1736, Union Hose Volunteer Fire Company in Philadelphia. Today there are 55,000.
Well, it's all right.
Excuse me.
Not at all.
Today there are 55,000 in every community. They're taken for granted. Those firefighters and New York families, it's not enough to raise money for their loved ones. They shouldn't have died. They shouldn't have been killed. The same thing they did to that fire chief in L.A.
That really got me.
Yeah. No, it's powerful. And one thing I will say, and like 9/11 in particular is one of those things, and for New Yorkers especially, it's just like you can't even, just the magnitude of it and the emotion that comes behind it. There's so many people out there that can't even talk about it.
Dying.
Yeah, like still
People
dying from
still
cancers.
Dying from cancers, and it's just that man cares so much about this country. Like, there are people who really don't care about money, don't care about power. They just love our community so much.
100%.
And it's not, it's like it's not resonating with people that we need to love each other.
Yeah, you're right. It's not.
Like this man is so passionate about it. And the thing is that you don't realize that. So now what they're doing is, rather than being able to get behind a good candidate, they're going to break you up with identity politics. Listen, if you're gay, you got to vote for the gay person because you just have to.
Yeah,
right?
support your kind.
So why don't you play the end of that? Because I was like, that's when I sent it to you. I said, Carlos, we got to get this, because this is the God honest truth of what is going on right now in this country.
All right, let's show that clip here, Yabui. It's going to be clip 9. And this is the end of that interview here with Kurt Weldon.
The problems of America are not from the American people. It's from the manipulation of bureaucrats who go beyond what their job is. They think they're above us all. They think they can do things to manipulate us that we have no control over, that we're stupid. And they play members of Congress one against the other. I have one of the most powerful Democrats in the country at one of our biggest metropolitan areas send me a text just a month ago. He said, Kurt, you were right then and you're right now. I'm behind you all the way. I won't name him publicly, Tucker. This is not a partisan issue. It's an issue about control of our country. It's an issue about taking the country back from the scumbags that have taken over the intelligence community, and they're making money off it. thinking they're going to get away with it. It's got to stop, Tucker.
Yeah. I mean, he's 100% right. It has to stop.
It's all about money.
It is.
That's the problem. It's all about money. It's about money. It's about power. It's about control.
How quickly can we get rich?
If you have money, then you have, Byron Donalds. Really? We're going to go from Ron DeSantis to Byron Donalds?
I don't know if we are. I think this, I can't.
Let me tell you, Florida's going to feel the pain. Florida is going to feel the pain because this is a great state. And during COVID, Ron DeSantis kept the schools open. And everybody says Florida had the worst schools. Well, now they have the #1 schools.
Yeah, #1. Yeah, public universities.
I mean, the public universities, but also academically.
No.
I remember Presley, who used to be straight A, was struggling when he first got here. Olivia certainly was struggling. Like, the schools here are actually good. It's just that everybody says, oh, the schools of Florida suck. The schools of Florida suck. They're actually
some good programs. Yeah, 100%.
above the schools that we left in Connecticut. And the thing is that this governor did such a great job to take this state and make it so... I want to say,
the best state in the country. It's the best state in the union, by
I
far.
mean, the vibes are so positive.
But yeah, and it's healthy. It's growing. You can't point to another.
But the evil spawn, they put a target right on Florida. They said, who got the country to open up again? Florida.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? We need to go and attack Florida now. I'm telling you, that's what's going on. They're attacking Florida now.
Yeah.
And you don't know how sick and twisted it can get. You don't know. Let's play the governor of Massachusetts, because this is how sick and twisted it can get.
10, Yabui, clip 10.
Thank you.
So what's she signing there?
Look at all those women. They're clapping. They're happy. You know what she must have done? She must have wrote a bill to say, we're going to protect every child in Massachusetts, and we're going to make sure that we're going to do great things for this state, right?
Yep.
Right? Don't you think that's what she signed? Wrong. She signed abortion up until birth.
Yeah, correct.
Abortion up into birth. I'm sorry, but there are a lot of babies who were born prematurely, and you know that they're babies. That lady is evil. And what's up with all the women surrounding her?
Clapping it up.
Clapping it up. To kill their own children. This is human sacrifice. This is evil. They are satanic forces in this country that are doing nothing but working to divide us.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have human sacrifice up the gazoo up in Massachusetts up until the time of birth. And it's in the Bible. It's been going on since the Old Testament. It's nothing new. This is what the prophets were going around talking about.
Yeah.
And it's the same exact story from over 2,000 years ago to right now. The same exact story.
It's really true. It is the exact same story. You're 100% right.
It's disgusting, and I have to tell you, they say, oh, Florida's a good place. In Florida, they love Jesus. They love God, and they love Jesus in Florida. And they love their children, and they're not going to lock their children in a room for 16 months.
Yeah.
And they're not going to just trust the science and give an altar to a man named Dr. Fauci. No, they're going to trust Jesus. That's who we trust in Florida, right? Right?
Coach, it's like you're giving a sermon.
Dr. Fauci, who turned out to be a damn liar, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
He turned out to be a damn liar, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
And you don't even want to look in the mirror and do some self-reflecting and say, what do we do? What do we do to our children who are so messed up in the head? I got to tell you, I have one child who still hasn't recovered. Between the lockdowns and the indoctrination. And then honestly, I pray about it all the time and I feel terrible. That kid was 18 years old. He wanted to go straight to New York. To go to school. He couldn't take being in his room anymore. And it's like we couldn't even walk him into his dorm because, the science, the lies.
Yeah.
You know? And people, if you think that aborting a baby right before it's going to be born is okay, you're a sick individual. And to have all those people sitting there, standing around, clapping, you're sick. You're sick. And I can't even believe we have to share the same country as you. I really can't. I really can't. It makes me disgusted. So they put a big circle around Florida, and they're like, now let's go mess up Florida. Let's go mess it up so we can mess up the whole country because we're a bunch of devil-worshipping people. Yeah. Seriously. And that man is crying because he knows. He goes, this country I love. This country I would give my life for. For what? For a bunch of devil worshippers?
Right.
Come on.
He'll kill off 10,000 people to go fight in a war that didn't need to be fought in.
For money.
Yeah.
For money and for power, because there's a bunch of globalists who are a bunch of Nazis, and they're ruining the world, and they're trying to kill people. They're trying to kill people all the time. It's disgusting. Like, so it really makes me depressed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Coach.
It makes me depressed. And, I go to church every day, and today, today's Mass was about
Tell us about Mass.
The first will be last, and the last will be first. And I remember for years, I used to say, it does seem a little unfair that those people were working in the harvest the whole time.
Right.
And, then these people show up at 5 o'clock and they get the same. And I'm like, today for the first time, I said, hallelujah, amen, thank you, Jesus. You're so wonderful that the last will go first because I'm a sinner and I'm the last. I am one of the last people. Seriously, it has taken me so long to make sure that I'm doing the right thing.
Right, so you can be
I'm
first.
Still not perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's 5 o'clock for me.
Right.
And I had my great awakening this year. I was flabbergasted.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. That's
Seriously.
a great point.
So amen, hallelujah, Jesus, you are so good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
That's a great
first.
point to think about that.
It.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 o'clock for me.
Yeah. That's a great point.
And it's so obvious. It's so obvious what's going on. And we have to keep being good. We have to keep loving each other. And I just pray that Jermaine does not give up.
No, he can't give up. He can't give up. Neither, I don't think any of the candidates that lost really should give up. I think there's a lot. You have to persevere, right? This is a moment of adversity, and this really, this is where you buck up and you say, all right, well, we couldn't get it done this time. What do we need to do next time, right? What do we got to work on? And Jermaine, he needs to remain active. He needs to remain, involved in the community. He needs to go and maybe be more involved in different parts of the community that maybe, let's say he wasn't as active in before. He's got to go be active in there now. He needs to just continue to grow, right? Rome wasn't built in a day.
And trust God.
Just keep working. Trust God. Keep it going. Keep the faith. He's a great candidate. He's a great man. He's got a lot of great ideas. He belongs in politics. He's doing the thing that he should be doing.
And John Frankman was another candidate who I thought was good.
He was great, but listen, you have on the flip side of the coin, you have MAGA. That's like Trump's like, hey, listen, this is our guy. Go fill it out, and they go and fill it out. They just go circle that bubble. No problem.
We have a country that is suffering from a severe sickness.
Yeah,
and it's
right.
TDS.
Yeah.
Whether it's TDS type A or TDS type B.
Correct.
And if we don't start turning to Jesus and start praying, we are going to be in big trouble.
Yeah. 100%.
We are really, and I have to say, daily Mass is getting more and more crowded. And I don't think it's an accident.
Yeah, people are afraid. I mean, this is a scary time, right? This is a scary time. I know they don't cover it as much in the news because it's old news, but we're still at war. We're still fighting in the Middle East with a country that has knownly hated us, wanted to kill us all the time. Like, we're actively fighting in a war. You have another war going on between the Russians and the Ukrainians. NATO is now getting attacked, right? Israel shot bombs at Turkey. Turkey's a NATO country. Israel's not a NATO country. Well, how do you differ from that, right? What is the U.S. going to do there? Are you going to keep backing Israel? Or are you going to now fight all the NATO countries? Or are you going to back NATO and have to fight Israel? Like, there's so much chaos going on, right? You're paying almost $4 a gallon in Florida for gas. I know it's north of $4 up north. Like, it's just like the time is tough. It's a tough time.
There's another war that we need to start talking about, and that's the war against men.
That war against men has been going on for a long time, Coach.
And I have to say, there really is a war against men.
Yeah.
And I have to say, all the propaganda and indoctrination that the public education system has been participating in over the last 20 years, congratulations! Congratulations, because you know what? I have never in my life seen more men struggling and suffering than I have now.
Yeah.
And that is
right.
the truth.
You're right.
That is the truth. And let me tell you, I see a lot less women suffering than I see men suffering.
But that was the point.
You know
that
what?
was the point.
Mothers
that was what they wanted.
are supposed to love their sons. I could never stand by and let men get dragged because I love my sons. And the thing is that those women who are applauding at the table to kill babies, they don't love their sons. They don't love their children.
Nope.
They'll sacrifice them. Like Sarah said, their God is Baal. They may not want to admit it. But what did the devil say? The greatest trick in the world is to pretend that he doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And they don't want to come out and say, yes, I was just at the Church of Baal this evening. No, they don't want to admit it because they operate in the shadows. They're all in the darkness. Well, you know what? I know you're out there. I know you're there. I know you're there, and I'm telling you right now, you lose. Read the Bible. You lose in the end, okay? And I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of the war on men. We need to start loving each other, and we need to build each other up. And Jermaine having that whole mental health was so important because so many men are so beaten down mentally and did not grow up with fathers.
Yeah.
They did not grow up with fathers. And then if they had a mother who was up to no good and the grandmother raised them, then the grandmother dies, and then you have lonely men out there. There are a lot of lonely men out there. And women, they don't want to get married. They don't want to be bothered.
Right. They don't want to. Being bothered is 100% it. The anchor, the idea that it's an anchor to be married and have a family, and that is viewed as an anchor. And that's the problem. But that's the result of the classic public education system and the new model of like, listen, this is what you want. You want nothing, have free sex and sleep with whoever you want and have no values and just, all that matters is you and your career and how much money you make. And like, there's no like, hey, like, create something more than yourself, right? Create a legacy, have a family, be in a relationship, have you're there to support each other. You take your differences and build on each other. Like there's just that idea is just
multiply.
It's not there anymore.
Be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
Right? Like back in the old days, you were in your early 20s. You weren't trying to be Sarah Jessica Parker, a little whore running around Manhattan. You wanted to get married and have children, right? Listen, go watch.
That was a tough drag.
Guess what? Watch what happens next. What was it, the sequel? Now watch what happens. Watch what happens next, and then this happened. I don't know.
Well,
they're all a bunch
Watch
of
What Happens Live
bands.
is
the only one who's happy
Andy
is Charlotte,
Cohen.
married to the bald Jewish lawyer. She's the only one happy.
Right, that is true.
Right?
Yep.
She has the bald Jewish lawyer. She's the happiest one.
Yeah.
The rest of them, it's a cautionary tale, ladies. It's a cautionary tale. That's Satan's empty promise. All right. She was a whore running around Manhattan. Even my mother said, "How could you watch that show? It's garbage." And I was like, "Oh, Mom, it's not garbage." But I didn't fall for its hook, line, and sinker. Like,
right.
Oh, I want to have that life. But I mean, I have to say, my husband is a very handsome man, and like,
there it is.
He has like
good looking guy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a very handsome man.
Yeah.
So like, I would watch Sex in the City, and I'm like, oh, my husband's like a Mr. Big. But my husband and I got married, and we got a family. Like it was,
right.
Like that was always more valuable than anything else. This world's like you can't just go and buy that.
Yeah.
Like you got to work for it. You have a baby. It comes out of love, and then and raising children is so hard. It is the hardest job you will ever do.
Right. It's the biggest trial, but you do it together. You do it. It's a team effort.
And the reward, the love.
Yeah.
It's just. But you know what? I mean, how many people now? I know a lot of people. They're depressed. They raise their kids. Their kids don't want to have kids. It's sad. We've become a society that is so self-absorbed.
Self-absorbed is the perfect word. Selfish. Selfish is the word that you're looking for. Word of the day is stop being so fucking selfish.
No F word.
Like
no F word.
That is the word of the day. And that is the biggest problem. I don't give a shit how good your policy is. You're not a gay woman, so I'm not voting for you.
No.
I'm going to vote for the gay woman because I'm sticking up for me. And that's what it is. I'm going to the poll and I'm sticking up for me and my group. Like, that's what it is. I know that's what you were doing when you were going to that poll. Go get him, girl. Like, that's what you were doing. I know it because you're selfish and you can't look at the big picture of how can I benefit my community. I have a guy that's going to talk about bringing jobs to the community that we could all work from home. We don't have to worry about building a bunch of stuff on the land that we want to keep preserved, right? Because we're all about the wildlife as liberals, right? We care about the earth. But the guy who's like, well, let's not build anything then and keep the wildlife and just work from home. Fuck that. We're going to vote for the LGBTQ. Like, you guys are just so selfish of a group. It drives me crazy. You can't look at the bigger picture. You never have, and that's your biggest problem.
But
you can't
guilty
be so
of it.
Selfish.
Every single person is guilty.
Right,
of it.
but you got, at some point as a society, you got to be like, you can't be so selfish that it's like, I'm going to just screw over humanity. Because it's going to get to a point where it's like nobody's going to ever have kids, and where it's going to, or you're going to have a 1-kid law because resources. We're getting to a point where you have to stop being so selfish and realize what life is really about.
Well,
like, it's not about making all the money and like having this illustrious career and all this stuff.
Like,
we got to get back to it.
They don't care about humanity. These people are demonic, and they want us all to be dead. They really do. They want us all to be dead, and they just want the billionaires, the rich people, the powerful people. They want to be the only ones left to have everything, and they want to build robots so they won't even need us to be their slaves anymore. That's how sick and twisted it is.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
the robots take over, though. We've seen that movie.
I mean, we're really living in a sick and twisted time. And people, like, one thing I have to say, I remember when we first moved down here and Father Craig used to talk about dying to self. And I'd be like, thinking about Gabe when Gabe was little. When I'd say, like, Gabe, you can't be so selfish. He goes, there's a difference between being selfish and selfless.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, he's right. Maybe I shouldn't be so selfless. Worse. And then I remember I even told Father Craig that. And Father Craig was like, what the heck? Like,
yeah.
But that wasn't from me. That was some other power, some other principle that was drilled into his head. That the right thing to do is to be as selfish as you can be.
Yeah.
Do what's good for you.
Right. Who cares
Not
about
what's
anybody
good
else?
for society.
Yeah.
Not what's good for everybody as a whole. You die to self and you serve your community. Right? That's how we should be. We should be dying to ourselves and serving our community and helping out our brother, man or woman, who's down and out and really making a difference in this world, volunteering, not being so greedy, right?
Yeah,
And
you're 100% right.
It's like the idols are the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I want to be rich. I want to have money. I want to have power. It's so twisted. We're living in such a twisted, sick world right now.
Yeah.
And we need a cure. And to me, there's only one cure. And that is Jesus. And he says it's never too late. You could show up to the field at 5 o'clock. He'll take you in. He'll give you the reward. You could show up at 5 o'clock. It's never too late.
The 11th hour.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
And at some point, people have to start waking up, stop being so selfish, and start being selfless.
Good message, Coach.
Right?
There's a difference between selfish and selfless.
Yes.
Put it on a shirt.
That did not come from me.
Yeah.
So where did that principle get instilled into my son?
Bradford I.
That was actually at Walsh.
That was Walsh Intermediate?
That was actually Walsh when he said it to
Walsh
me.
Intermediate.
And,
I mean, we all know, who was it? The Knudsen, right? Wasn't she the big lib that I got thrown out of her class?
Well, they were, I mean, it was all
Big problem.
a system. It was a system. It wasn't just one person.
Right, but it was an indoctrination through the Department of Education and the public school system.
It was a complete, and the thing is
Still going
that
on.
I've always been a live and let live type of person, but it wasn't until COVID when they were like, no, Lisan, you can't live. that I needed to say goodbye. I said, I can't live with these people. I can't give up my freedoms.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have somebody tell me what to do. And I'm not keeping my kid locked up in her room unless I put some poison vaccine in her that I don't even, like, I was like, no, my job is to protect my child.
Yeah.
And I was not going to inject a 10, 11-year-old girl with some bullshit vaccine that evil Dr. Fauci, who he even came out and said, oh, so many women are having miscarriages, but then he'd lie on the TV in his journal, so many women are having miscarriages. But then on the TV, he's like, oh, sure, you could be pregnant and take the vax and take the booster. It's fine.
And this is all true, which is the worst part. Like, it's like, this is like fact. Like, this is fact. And these people just ate it up. Like, you just ate it up. You didn't even ask any questions. You just were like, yes.
And they don't even want to.
Let me just eat this. Like,
but they don't want to go to confession.
You guys are bananas,
they don't want to atone.
man.
They don't want to atone. They don't want to go to confession. They don't want to have to do some self-reflection and say, Lord, I sinned. I committed a grave sin. I lied to millions of people and said that a vaccine was safe when it wasn't.
Yeah.
And you know what? I gave away the responsibility of being a parent in order to do what was easy for me and just go with the crowd and just follow the sheep right off the cliff. That was easy. It was hard standing up. It was hard.
Yeah, we had
and I moved my whole family to Florida, and now I'm scared because I'm like, Ron DeSantis is leaving, and God only knows what's going to happen because Satan put a big circle around Florida now.
I know. It's like choose the lesser of two evils right now that we got going on
and
in
the people are just going to do
in this election.
The people are just going to go for
it's
it.
Like pick the lesser of two. It's brutal. I don't know what we're gonna do. We got a bad beat coming up in this election season because Byron Donalds ain't it, but I can't go back. I can't go back to the Democrat way. I just can't. I don't know what to do. It's a bad spot because David Jolly is a commie, and I can't get on board, man. I can't get on board with the communist way. So I don't know. I guess I got to ride AIPAC. I guess I'm heading to the synagogue and getting a free donut, and I'm riding AIPAC to the end.
Let me ask you: do you have that clip of Trump, the one where he's not a Christian?
No, I couldn't find it. It's like wiped on the internet. You can't find it.
It's
Trump
wiped on the internet?
Trump saying he's not a Christian. I actually looked for it.
I thought I sent it to you.
No, I couldn't find it. I was looking. I looked for Trump. Trump is not a Christian. I couldn't find it.
They're getting rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't find it on X at all.
Trump is not a Christian. I don't know why people. I've heard people attack me and say there's no bigger defender of Jesus than Trump.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
I will. No, I agree. I don't think he's the biggest defender of Christians, but he is the first one to like put God back into the country, though.
I don't know which God.
Well,
I'm sorry, Carlos. I don't know.
To be fair, the Jews and the Christians share the same God.
Listen, I think he's a satanic worshiper, and I think he's possessed by the devil right now. Okay, so you're just
full ball. That's okay. All right.
Yeah, totally.
Because he does mention Jesus Christ quite a bit.
They're the Epstein class.
Yeah.
They don't care how many of us die for them to have money and power. And I had to cry like that man when I figured it out. When they literally killed Charlie Kirk and tried to make us think that it was a tranny. They literally killed Charlie Kirk and tried to make it seem like it was a tranny. And it was an inside job, just what that man was talking about the intelligence agencies. And it's global. It's not people who care about this country.
Yeah.
There's an evil Epstein class of people that kill and human sacrifice and worship the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that they operate in the shadows and nobody wants to come out and be like, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. They're not going to admit to it. They're going to be like, oh, that Lisanne, she's a nut job. She's crazy. Listen, honey, I'm not crazy. And the thing is that people are starting to wake up and they're seeing what's going on. And we have to stop worshiping at the altar of party or thinking that it's going to be a man or a woman that's going to be the answer to our problems. And we need to start turning back to God and start treating each other the way we want to be treated. Right? We have to treat people the way we want to be treated and be good to people and love one another.
I mean, we do. I do agree with that. I think, it's a tough situation because as much as like you want to be good to people and you want to bring people in, like it is tough because you do have so many people that, are not into living that lifestyle. Like, so what do you do in that instance?
Really
because
believe
when you have a somebody coming up to you and saying, oh, well, I'm for abortion, and I think if you're boarding in the third trimester is okay, and or I don't believe in having a family, I want to have a career. Like, what do you how do you approach that? Because you can't. They don't want to be friends with you. Like, they don't want you.
Carlos,
so it's like, what do you do with that?
I feel that people are so twisted inside that once we start going back to our humanity and start loving each other.
But they think that's humanity, though.
But no, I really believe deep down inside, every person yearns to be loved.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. But they've been indoctrinated. Yeah,
like their pineal
exactly.
gland has been attacked. They've been completely indoctrinated. They've lost sight of what's most important. And they have cut that part out of them because it's too vulnerable.
Right. So, but then you can't, like,
That's
what I'm
makes
saying is, I don't
so
think that you can then, fix that issue though. Like, I think we have to,
I think an overwhelming amount of love will change people. And even if it's at the 11th hour, their hearts can be changed with an overwhelming amount of love. I really believe that. So who killed Charlie? Not Tyler Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
No, it's not Tyler
but
Robinson.
I know it's not Tyler Robinson.
It's not.
That
it's somebody
I know.
else. Yeah. It's Nettie.
I don't know about that, allegedly, but I don't know about that.
Paid
all I know
bounty.
is that I feel
Inside job.
like Charlie Kirk was getting very inconvenient for this evil cabal.
Well, he was getting inconvenient for the Iranian war.
Also the Epstein.
And the Epstein, because he would be pushing that button for sure. I agree with that 100%. So those are two big buttons.
Because if Charlie Kirk was alive, he could have been able to motivate everybody to support a John Frankman.
But I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. But I almost, because we talked, there was a point in time where the Trump administration really took a turn for this path that we're on now. And I really think that we wouldn't be on this trajectory if Charlie Kirk was still alive. I don't think we would be at war with Iran. I don't think we'd be at war with Iran. I think things would be a lot different. And
well, at least he would be a large voice against it.
Well, but he was a huge voice in Trump's ear. Like, that's well known that he consulted Charlie for a lot of things, and he was very active in the administration, and like they had to remove that problem.
And what's so sad is I still think about election night when Charlie Kirk was crying tears of joy that Donald Trump won.
Yeah.
Crying tears of joy. Well, it goes to show you MAGA is not the answer. What was, I don't know, what's the Democrat slogan? Hope and change.
Well, that was Obama. That was Obama.
But what was the last good one?
I don't know. What's the Soviet
Eat the
anthem?
rich. I mean,
play the Soviet anthem, and that's what the Democrat way is.
Because people have to get, it's not politicians. We have to start going back to taking care of the people in our community and do what's right, not what's easy.
Mm-hmm.
And start protecting our children, not throwing them to the wolves. Because honestly, COVID, we threw our kids to the wolves. And you better do some self-reflecting about that. You better do some self-reflecting about that. And I hope that you're a big enough person to say, you know what? I messed up. And you teach your kids not to do what you did.
Yeah, the Northeast was really bad.
Seriously.
It was really bad.
Seriously.
It was a bad time.
And we had a very brave leader in Ron DeSantis who didn't,
Big Ron. Hero.
He is. That little
Big
Italian
Ron.
man. There goes my hero.
The Italians make it happen.
Italian man.
Well, speaking about protecting the kids, this is a fun story. Well, it's not really that fun, but it's fun because I don't think you know about it. So I want to get your raw reaction to it. And Michelle's logo is reminding me of it. So at Penn State.
Oh gosh, I know all about the
You
cocaine
know
ring.
about the cocaine ring
I know
at
all
Penn
about
State.
the cocaine ring
This
and the
is
father running it.
The father running it,
The
trying to
father
bail
running
out
it.
the kids and destroy the
Hey,
evidence.
That was part of the fraternity. Like, what are they, the hazing?
Yeah, Sigmund Chi and I
They
can't
would
remember
haze
what the
them
other
by
one.
forcing them to be
To cut up the cocaine, to cut it up and put it in. They had blocks of cocaine, and they were having
in Penn State.
the guys that were rushing cut it up and put it in
Yeah.
baggies and distribute it out.
They didn't have a
as the
choice.
sellers.
If they wanted to be in the fraternity, they had to sell drugs.
It was It's an unbelievable story.
What kind of father does that? What kind of father grooms his son to push drugs on people that they're going to, like, you go to college to be a better person.
What was I
But
had to know
it's
what that
all
number
about
is.
the money.
That he
It's
was
all about
exactly
the
that they were
money.
bringing in by those college kids because everybody knows Penn State party's hard. But
all
we
about
show
the
that
money.
show the video that we of the investigator. It's let's see. I think it's clip. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, clip 7. Yeah, the investigator's talking about it a little bit. But it is just, oh my gosh. I couldn't believe this story.
This
I was
investigation
shocked.
was that between 2023
Look at those kids.
and 2024, large amounts of cocaine, kilos, were brought from Philadelphia and New York to State College, where they were cut and packaged for sale primarily to Penn State students. The two main dealers, the top of the chain, if you will, were senior members of the Delta, Upsilon, and Sigma Chi fraternities. Agostino Abatiello was at the very top of the chain. Thomas Robinson was a rung below that on the ladder.
You know? Because people worship the sick
dollar.
lifestyle of fame, fortune, money, all that crap.
Yeah.
And what you really need to be looking at is how good of a person am I? Like, I have to say, when I moved here, right? And I hadn't been acting for years.
Yeah.
And then I started acting again, thanks to El Rico, right?
Right.
And
Shout out
thanks
El
to
Rico.
his crew. He gives so much love to
Yeah.
his crew and does so many wonderful things for the community, honestly.
Right.
Like, he's somebody who actually does things for the community.
Yeah.
I moved down here and I've met more people who do things for the community. I go to St. Paul's.
True.
Vivian is like my idol. You want to talk about, I'm like, Vivian, oh my gosh, I wish I could be just like you. I met a woman in her 90s, Mary Lou, another woman, she's 97 years old. She's still running around the church, seeing how she could help people, seeing how she could greet people, seeing how she could give love to people.
Yeah.
You know, Vivian wants to help the poor. Like, these are the people that I've met since I moved down here. And you know what the difference is, Carlos? They're all God-centered people. El Rico
That
and
is
his whole crew,
very true.
God-centered.
Yeah.
Vivian, God-centered. Mary Lou, God-centered, right? Jermaine, he believes in God. He's
Yeah.
religious. He prays. So these are God-centered people, and the amount of love and care for other people that I see come out of them
Yeah.
are amazing. Where the people, where all they care about is money and power, they're doing things in the shadows that they don't want anybody to know about. That's all I'm going to say.
Like some cocaine.
Like cocaine, like a lot of things.
Like some
in
snow.
the shadows.
Yeah. That story was wild. That they had the pledges distributing out the cocaine. I thought that was a crazy story.
But what about the father? Like,
Yeah.
they should, like, what kind of father says, I'm going to send you to college not to be the best person you could be to make a positive difference in this world, so that way you can get all your
Right.
fellow students hooked on drugs?
Long Island.
That's like freaking ghetto trash.
Long Island people. That's where they're from, Coach.
Well, I'm not surprised. It's ghetto trash. And let me tell you,
ghetto
there's a
trash.
white ghetto too. We saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no more than the poor white people in Connecticut always dying of drug overdoses.
It's true. Yeah, the poor whites really
I saw more
love the
people
beat.
die of drug overdoses in Connecticut than I did growing up on the Lower East Side.
You're 100% correct on that statement.
It is so, but you think that you're sending your kid to college to get out of the ghetto.
Yeah.
But no, you're bringing the evil, disgusting forces into it.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this world. And we need to start saying it out loud.
Right.
We need to start saying it out loud. And you know what? I'm going to keep saying it out loud.
You love to say it out loud, Coach.
I sure do.
You love
And
to
I
say
don't
it out
care
loud.
when people don't like it, but I'm like, no, I have my integrity. I need to be able to look in the mirror and be like, you know what? I can go to sleep tonight because I know that my heart is in the right place.
Yeah. Well, we know whose heart isn't in the right place. That's Erica Kirk. Yabui, show this clip here, clip 8. This is a good clip here, talking about people needing to do the right thing.
I have respect for the individuals that are in the pornography industry, not because they're degrading women or anything like that, but because that's their field and they are professionals. So I give them credit for being able to have a job and make money and stimulate the economy that way. Save it for your husband. That's simple.
Flipping it around.
And that's when I became a whore just for Charlie.
Yeah, just for Charlie.
That's when I became Charlie's whore. But he didn't know it because he was such a gullible guy. You know, like he really had a good heart and he kind of believed people. So I was able to just like freaking fool him. That was the best trick she ever had. Like, look at her. Look at her. She's like, so maybe a porn director will hire me with those giant earrings? She's disgusting. That lady is so disgusting. I'm sorry. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't
she's
take
bad.
it anymore.
She's bad, Coach. It's really just such a shame. The person on the top is Erica Kirk, Michelle. That's Erica Kirk from 2012, before she met Charlie. And she's like talking about like supporting the porn industry, and then that's her at the last Turning Point event, like, oh, save it for your husband, like.
It's the real Erica on top and the fake Erica when she was, fooling Charlie.
Collecting Charlie's life insurance policy.
But I think she kind of showed us who she really is once he died.
Yeah, she did. She's a piece of shit.
But I have to say my hair is a mess because I came out of work. My hair was
monsoon.
Came out of work. It was a monsoon. And of course my umbrella was in the car. And I had to run through the rain. And then I went to church, ran to the rain to get to Mass.
I couldn't believe it. Severe thunderstorms today. It was unreal.
You know what, Carlos? Every day I thank God for being in Pensacola, Florida. God bless Pensacola, Florida, and I will pray for this city every day. I am surrounded by some good people.
Yeah,
you know?
like DC Reeves.
Darcy? Darcy Reeves? Darcy?
Yeah. Friend of the program.
You need to be on mic.
It's a gay candidate, right? Oh my gosh.
Like, one of ours won.
Yeah, there it is. Support the community, right? LGBTQ.
Darcy,
get on board.
Told me his name was Darcy. I was shocked.
Yeah, I don't know what the C
I
stands
said
for.
D stands for Darcy. He was like, because he's like Darcy. I go, who's Darcy? What do you keep talking about Darcy? Because that's DC Reeves. I said, what?
What? Darcy Curran.
Reeves.
Darcy Curran Reeves.
Oh, gosh. Well, we better go. Poor Yabui's so exhausted. He's been working so hard.
We'll finish off on a positive note. Yabui, let's show this clip here before we go so we don't end so somberly. Clip 5, Yabui, because we're going into the most wonderful time of year here. So I want to show clip 5.
Hey, baby, do you want to go to brunch? No, it's still summer out.
It's preseason football. It's preseason football. There's a game on for the next 26 weeks. These games don't even count. It's 10 a.m. and I'm hammered. No more Sunday brunches. You get me another beer, babe? Fantasy football is in full swing. Beer, Ashton Jean T is a party and I guess beer. I'm basically a corpse to you now.
Football is back, baby. 26 straight weeks of NFL and NCAA football. You gotta love it. It's the most wonderful time of year. We're so back. Week 1 of preseason football was last weekend. It was great to see the uniforms back, and we're ready. I'm so ready for the Burr months, baby. Let's get to some football.
Let's distract the masses so they don't even see the country crumbling around them.
Let's start thinking about week 1 and the Cowboys. That's what we're thinking about.
It's all a distraction.
Cannot wait to watch NFL football.
I'm not.
And Michigan, dark horse. Go
cell.
blue.
Huh?
Dark horse. I'm ready. I'm so pumped. Can't wait for football season.
I used to be distracted,
it's gonna be great.
Not anymore. I'm an old lady now. I woke up. I had
Come
the
on,
great
Coach.
awakening.
Start watching some football. You're gonna feel so much better.
Everybody's gonna be flabbergasted.
No,
that I can't even.
we're Coach. We can't get the package if you're not gonna watch. We're gonna have to go to Bubba's.
Well,
It sounds like Bubba's 33.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what it sounds like. All right, cool. Well, anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight to tonight's show. Sorry about the late start. It's a little hectic with both of us working, and it's just, it's tough to get to the studio. But we'll be back next Wednesday, same time, same place. As always, thank you guys so much. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button before you get going here. You're watching on Rumble, hit that like button, hit that follow button before you go. If you're watching on X, make sure you're retweeting, make sure you're sharing, hit that like button as well. And listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. You'll find all of our episodes there as well. So make sure you guys tune in on those and share those as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time, same place. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.